When you watch Ronda Rousey say those things about your father and how he was such an inspiration to her, not just in the WWE, but as an athlete in the UFC and the influence he had on her life, how does that make you feel?
I mean, when I heard those words last night, I was definitely tearing up. Obviously, that's Dad's jacket she's wearing, which for me and my 3 siblings, it has so much meaning. I mean, we grew up with that jacket, and he'd kind of put us in child prison because it was so heavy. So we'd like put it on us when we were wiggling too much. And I think it's just a really special, we come from the same fighting family with Judo. Jean LaBelle trained her early on in her MMA days. He also trained my dad, and it's just so, honestly, I feel honored. It's so empowering to see a woman like Ronda like coming into wrestling right now, and then on top of it, her wearing his jacket and that symbolism, it's very sweet, and she's just so great about carrying the torch, if you will, and showing that her Piper pride.
Do you feel like she can really do that? He was such a massive figure. I mean, I remember me growing up. He was the heel. He was the guy that I thought about when I thought about that dude that was up against like Hulk Hogan and stuff like that. Do you feel like Rousey can carry on that legacy to a new generation of wrestling fans that may have not remembered your dad so well or maybe need a refresher course in it?
Well, the beauty of Ronda is she's bringing in her own fan base here, you know, so she has a whole lot of fans that maybe weren't even Piper fans that she'll be bringing her own element to. There'll never be another Rowdy Roddy Piper. There just won't. We can all pay tribute to him and do our best, but I think that Ronda is going to do a great job taking the talent and the fighting charisma she has and becoming her own new thing. And I think that this is just her paying tribute because Dad was so much a part of her life of fighting and inspiration. And, you know, they had talked on the phone before he had passed, and he gave the blessing to use the Rowdy name. And, you know,
that's right. Wow. That's a really good point, that while he was alive, they spoke about it because she was going by Rowdy Ronda, and a lot of people thought, oh, there might be some tension there. And your dad told her what?
Yeah, so she spoke to Judo Jean LaBelle about that, and they called my dad, and basically she said, you know, I want to use the Rowdy Ronda Rousey name. I know it's a tribute to you, and, you know, I would never do it without your permission, without your family's permission, and that's also why it was so important for Colton to be there to give her the jacket to borrow yesterday.
Right.
You know, because she really does care about the Piper family and the tradition. And for Dad, it was, you know, he had so much respect for her as a fighter, and the fighting world is a small community. So if you're part of the same family of fighters that trained together or had the same trainers, you know, they really look out for each other.
If you like what you just saw, videos, great stories, and crazy photos, we've got more like it every single night on TMZ Sports on FS1.